Hey, happy Christmas and Merry Holidays to all. Wait, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all. How did I mess that up? Anyway, whatever. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. It's Christmas Eve. Everyone's getting ready to spend time with their families and enjoying the holiday. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, spend the time with the family, enjoy it, have fun. As people, we're going to have fun this holiday. As Ravens fans, probably not. So, here's what we got to talk about here. Obviously, we understand where we stand right now in the AFC in terms of the whole playoff race, as well as the fight for the AFC North. We know where we stand with that. This week's game is one of the most, if not the most crucial game of the season. It's a battle for first place. It's a divisional matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. This is going to be a crazy battle, and honestly, our season could be on the line with this type of game. So, with that being said, how does the situation look for the Ravens? Well, still got a bunch of people injured. That's nothing new. Still got a bunch of people on the reserve list. They probably won't be able to play in this game. Some may be able to come back by Saturday, but we're not sure. So nothing's changed there. And Lamar Jackson, he's still out with his ankle injury. He didn't practice all last week, and he did not practice all this week. So he is likely out for this game. That could decide our season. Fantastic. You want to make it worse? Well, Tyler Huntley. With Lamar Jackson being out, everyone's like, well, Tyler Huntley's been playing well. He's been doing his thing. We'll just have to lean on him on Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, got a little bit of some troubling news. Hopefully it won't hurt us in the next 48 hours. We'll see how he develops. But Tyler Huntley also missed practice today with an illness. Not COVID related, but it was an illness. So Lamar didn't practice, Huntley didn't practice. And that's scary because that's on a Friday. And if that sickness lingers to Sunday, we don't know what could happen. Right now, the only healthy quarterback we have on the team, or healthy or non-sick quarterback left on the team, is Josh Johnson, who we recently signed. If we have to go into Cincinnati to fight for this division with Josh Johnson, you can put a nail in the coffin. Ah, boy, this has been quite the season for a lot of Ravens fans. I've seen a bunch of Ravens fans at this point, they have already conceded the season. A lot of people don't even want to make the playoffs because they know if we make the playoffs with this team, we'll probably go one and done, which will hurt Lamar's playoff record even more. It'll go from 1-3 to 1-4. And some people just don't want to deal with that because you know the media is not going to give him any breaks. The fans certainly won't give him any breaks. It will just be a mess. So some people would rather just miss the playoffs. Not to mention a bunch of people believe missing the playoffs may be enough to wake this team up to make some changes, but I doubt that. If anything, missing the playoffs will just be a situation where they'll look at it and say, well, all our guys were injured, so if we had them healthy, we would have made the playoffs. So we're just going to run it back next year. So I don't really think anything's going to change whether or not we make the playoffs. But it is what it is. For me, I've kind of taken the approach of enjoyment. We've got 3 games left. I cannot guarantee anything past that. But we are guaranteed 3 Ravens games left for the season. Honestly, a lot of people are already done. They just want to get ready for next season. They don't want to watch this, but I'm going to watch. We got 3 games left on the season. I will sit back here. I will watch these 3 games, and whatever comes out of it is whatever comes out of it. It is what it is at this point. So, the first of these 3 matchups is the most crucial because it's a divisional rival, and you're fighting for first place. Chances are you lose this game to the Cincinnati Bengals, you're probably not going to make the playoffs. You're most certainly guaranteed to lose the division if you lose on Sunday. But you may also miss the playoffs. You go 8-7, it might be all over. It really may be all over for the Ravens in terms of making the playoffs. So it's a do or die situation in Cincinnati, and we'll see what happens, man. Game plan, for the last several weeks, I haven't necessarily had a game plan for this because I don't know what to expect. And now I'm not 100% sure that Huntley may be out there. I'm hopeful he is expected to start because Lamar's certainly not going to be out there, but I'm not sure. So I don't know how he's going to be. I don't know how the offense is going to be. I don't know who's going to play on the defense. So once again, the game plan is just weird. There's not much you can really gauge on that because you don't know who's going to go out there. If anything, I can just say offensively, if he does recover and he is able to go on Sunday, which they do expect him to play, then just run the same type of formula and the same type of play calling and game plan you ran against the Packers. You know, a lot of quick throws, easy reads, quick reads, getting the ball out of Huntley's hands quick. Nothing like, we don't need those heavy sets where you bring in all the tight ends and the fullback. We don't need those heavy sets. We're not looking for those huge vertical plays downfield. Work the short game. Quick throws, easy reads, quick reads. That's what you were doing against the Packers. You were able to move the ball successfully. It should be a very simple game plan that can be very effective if the Ravens just run it the same way they did against the Packers. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit tougher because Cincinnati is going to make sure they're going to double team Mark Andrews. But, you know, as long as you can run the scheme and get the ball out of your hands quick, it's going to make it difficult for them to blitz. That's why we've been speaking for the last month and a half. You should be getting the ball out of your hands quick and trying to scheme for that. But for some reason, we kept trying to run the verticals, despite the fact that we were getting blitzed like crazy. Anyway, it's past that. We're not dealing with that. Run a similar game plan that you ran against the Packers when you take on the Bengals offensively, and you're going to have a shot. Defensively, got to stop the run. Got to put some pressure on Joe Burrow, though I wouldn't blitz him. Do not blitz Joe Burrow. Do not blitz him. Just don't. You want to put some pressure, but you better get some pressure with the four-man rush. Do not blitz Joe Burrow. Stop the run. Try to put some pressure on Joe Burrow, and this time, you got to redeem yourself somehow. I don't know if they're going to be able to, but you got to put more of an emphasis on Jamar Chase, and you cannot let him get loose. Last time we lost that game in Baltimore, it was due to poor tackling. Poor tackling and miscommunication all over the defense. Can't have that this time. So guys are going to have to make their tackles. The secondary is going to have to find a way to hold on, and players just got to make plays at the end of the day. Defense is going to have to make plays, and they're going to have to find ways to get some turnovers. This defense is really lacking in turnovers, and that's been a huge issue this season involving the defense making stops and involving getting some opportunities. We're turning the ball over at a high rate, but we're not getting turnovers. That's a problem. But anyway, no matter what happens, we'll fight to the end. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, it's not much to say. Just see what happens, okay? We're just going to watch and see what happens at this point. As long as the Ravens fight to the end, I'll live with the results. I have no anger left. In fact, the only thing that's been really bothering me or bringing any issue in my life right now is the Ravens. Everything else has been going good for me. So I'm not really going to stress over these last 3 games. As long as the Ravens show fight and fight to the end, whether they win or lose, I'll live with the results. Go out there, compete, play Ravens football, and at the end of the day, live with the results. Whatever happens, happens. That's all I can say at this point. With that being said, we'll see what happens on Sunday. Hopefully Huntley will be able to go, and they'll be prepared because that is a do or die situation in Cincinnati. We'll see what happens though. Anyway, with that being said, that is all I got. Make sure you guys enjoy your holiday. Once again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.